So Axios with a really interesting new report out about Donald Trump once again thinking about firing the special counsel, Robert Mueller. I'm going to get to that in a second. Let's give you some background first. Recently, a Russian politician, Vyacheslav Nikonov, a member of the Duma, that's the ruling assembly in Russia, said on live TV that US, quote, intelligence missed it when Russian intelligence stole the president of the United States. Interesting. And so where there is smoke, sometimes there is fire. But look, it's okay, we have an investigation. Whether there's smoke or fire, they're gonna determine. And so if they were investigating my connections to Russia, I wouldn't be worried at all because I don't have any connections to Russia or Kazakhstan or anywhere else, right? So Axios reports, so Mueller is burrowing in hard to the obstruction of justice angle. So that's on the issue of Trump firing Comey to block the Russian investigation, which he admitted to on national television. Kind of an amazing moment. I told you he's too stupid to do a cover-up. Anyway, they point out also that Republicans, that's not Democrats, that's Republicans close to the White House, say every sign by Mueller, from his hiring of mafia and money laundering experts to his aggressive pursuit of witnesses and evidence, is that he's going for the kill. Damn. So one of the things that Mueller is focusing on is Trump originally wrote an explanation of why Comey was fired. So let's go to that portion. They say the angry, meandering draft White House justification for firing Comey, which was never released but obtained by Mueller, could be used as evidence of Trump's unvarnished thinking when venting to staff. So if Trump himself wrote a memo saying, I got to get rid of Comey because of the Russian investigation he's doing on me, I mean, it's textbook obstruction of justice. I mean, there's the angle of why does he want to obstruct justice so badly? Probably because he did it. Okay, and that's a whole separate part of the investigation. But the obstruction of justice itself is a significant crime. And when you say, oh, I'm going to fire a prosecutor because he might prosecute me, it doesn't get any more obstruction of justice than that. So now, latest reports is Axios is saying that Trump associates tell me, that's Mike Allen and Jonathan Swain at Axios, tell me Trump mused about firing Mueller. So he's back to thinking, this guy's getting close. Is it time to fire the next prosecutor? Which, by the way, would be further obstruction of justice. Why don't you write a memo about that or say it on national TV again, you knucklehead? Okay, but now one associate said the damage would be as horrendous as firing the Pope. Okay, that's right. And the only reason you would even contemplate such a thing is if you did it and you think he's gonna find out you did it. And unlike a lot of your staffers and a lot of the Republican colleagues of yours, you know you did it. So, two very important petitions here. We'd started this one earlier, saying that if Donald Trump pardons anyone that was involved in his campaign or his administration, he should be immediately impeached. So I'm not saying do impeachment now. Let the investigation go and let them find out. I have no problem with Mueller coming back. And if he says, look, man, whether he did it or not, we just don't have enough evidence, well, that's a sad day for us. And that would be, I think Donald Trump's a danger to the world, but it doesn't mean because I don't like the president or I don't agree with the president or I think he's dangerous that we get to remove him from office. That's not how it works. There has to be a crime. But if you are pardoning people in order to cover up for your crime, that's obstruction of justice. If you're firing prosecutors or special counsels to cover up for your crime, that's obstruction of justice. That is a crime. And that would be an impeachable offense. So we did that one earlier. That was tytnetwork.com/pardon. But today, I also want to start this because he's apparently trying to block this investigation every way possible. So we're saying if Donald Trump fires Mueller, he should be impeached for obstruction of justice. So these are very straightforward, very clear. tytnetwork.com/obstruction to sign that petition. But the reason we have to do these petitions, and from time to time they do work, as we see with Medicare for All, is that you have to put pressure on politicians. They naturally lead from behind. They are not bold leaders as a bunch. You have to tell them, hey, listen, we greatly object to the president clearly breaking the law. If he pardons people who broke the law in order to cover up an investigation of himself, he should be impeached. If he fires a prosecutor looking into his own investigation, he should be impeached. Not before, but if he does do it, that is textbook obstruction of justice. That is a crime, and you have to proceed to impeachment, because if you don't, then he's above the law. And we don't have a president anymore, we have a dictator, and you're giving him carte blanche to break any law and then pardon himself, his family members, his administration, his campaign officials, and then to fire any prosecutor who dares to investigate him. That is where you must draw the line. So I hope both Democrats and Republicans get all the pressure in the world to realize that we are a country of laws, not of men, and that we cannot allow this man to run amok. If he fires Mueller, impeachment proceedings should start the very next day. If you like this video, you'll love the whole TYT network. Check it out at tytnetwork.com/join.